Welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. This is Benji, and I am here with my boy, Jukebox. Say what up.
What's up, man?
Alright, we are checking out my third round match of the Yuginono Way of the Warrior Map Tournament. And I'm up against Paleozoic playing my patented, crazy Red Dragon Archfiend Shiranui Lightstorm Psy-Frames. If you've seen the other games...
It's a crazy deck indeed.
Yeah, if you've seen the other games, you know it's a legit deck. It's not as crazy as it sounds. I recorded the match...
It's pretty crazy, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. I recorded the match from the perspective of a spectator, so all cards are hidden to make the game slightly more exciting. We currently have what appears to be Paleozoic, as you can tell, from set 5. Not even... I mean, if it's set 4 and then play a monster face-up, it could be a bunch of things.
But yeah, you can clearly see that either Dufrog, Ronin Tonin, and like 4 traps in the back. Like,
yeah,
it clearly fails.
Yeah.
So you normal solitaire?
I'm actually holding left arm and consider going straight for grass, but I try to empty my hand first, just in case.
Yeah, so he flips down your solitaire.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I decided to go with Desires. That might have been a bad decision. Especially since I drew another left arm. I think the rest of my hand was pretty bad, or I had like... I think my hand was full of Mizukis.
Were you not worried you might have banished Grass off of Desires?
Grass would have been useless at this point anyway, but I think I had like a full hand of Mizukis. So if I banished all my Mizukis, my grass wasn't going to be relevant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
The other possibility was to left arm and search for, what do you call it? I think I was trying to set some cards as like protection. Like I think I had that set Raigeki, and I had that set Itai. But if you're playing a slow stall deck like a Psy-Frame deck, you can afford to set some cards before you play left arm on the following turn.
So he attacks, I guess, for more damage on...
Well, he knew the defense of my monster, so he could get away with this. And I guess seeing zombies, he wasn't expecting any real traps. I mean, what traps might I have had? Just a Shiranui Swallow Slash, I suppose, or Solemn Strike?
What does that card do again? The Shiranui is like banish one face-up Shiranui monster and destroy 2 cards on the field?
Yeah, it is... what's that? Icarus attack for zombies, along with the Banisher Shiranui.
For zombies?
Yeah, the Shiranui Banish is actually mandatorily required to Banisher Shiranui, so if you actually run out, you can't even use it. So, I don't know, it's a good card I've always considered siding. It's a decent go first card. If you open a Mizuki, it makes it like live. Because Mizuki in hand on your first turn doesn't really do much. So Moonsong, who is also a small YouTuber in South Africa.
Nice,
yeah, well, he has to negate it, and I have left arm, so I think I'm just going to go for something. When you have a hand... Yeah, I mean, he's going to take it anyway. I mean, he couldn't do anything. If you have left arm and a bunch of Mizukis in hand in a zombie deck, your only real option is to search for, like, Burial from a different dimension, and actually reload your deck, your graveyard, with those same zombies.
Warnings, your Uni zombie, nice.
Yeah, he seems to have all the answers.
I guess, yeah, he has allows for you. Well, he already set up, so...
Yeah, there goes my Mizukis. So this shows my turn 1...
Nice.
Yeah, this shows my turn 1 play of not playing left arm was actually correct, because I would have just gotten Judgment and lost anyway, so it doesn't matter. I never...
What was your set?
My set is another left arm. Or...
Oh, nice.
I've resolved 2 left arms in this deck in the same turn before, because if Grass mills you Psy-Frame Overload, or you mill Psy-Frame Overloads earlier in the turn, you can actually add cards from your deck to your hand after you Grass. I mean, after you left arm, so you can resolve it twice. Here I'm just going to lose, though. It's just, there's no chance. Paleozoic, once they get ahead of you, you really can't keep up with them, so Paleo is actually a good sleeper deck for any format.
So, Slot Frog, I guess he's gonna make more frogs?
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm waiting for. I probably should have just scooped immediately at this point. Unless there's some reason I think I can survive, which I doubt. Yeah, because he's just going to loop Toad into Swap Frog, and... Oh, that's interesting. If you bounce a Swap Frog, I think you can normal summon the Dupe Frog anyway, even if you get it to your hand later, which is what he does. I just can't think of many reasons why you would do that instead of Swap Frog, because the Swap Frog at least would give you another mill, unless he was out of frogs, I guess.
I guess he just had everything set up already. So.
Yeah. Well, I actually do have 6,800 life points, so unless he has 2 Ronin Tones he can bring back and make another Nostalgia Way, I think I'm good to survive. Which means I get to see one more card, but there really isn't one card I can resolve against Toad. Because I'll just negate it. We were also having quite a discussion in the actual game, so there's a lot of texting between us. So,
were you telling him to forgive you for playing such a bad deck or whatever?
No. I think I'm.
Were you apologizing?
I said I was stupid and should have activated left on turn 1, knowing he didn't have an Ash since he set 5. But either way, he had Judgment, so it didn't matter. I top deck a card that can't be played, and then I probably pass or surrender. I think I surrender.
What card did you draw?
I honestly don't remember. But what card could I draw is a better question. Dark Hole doesn't do anything.
Well, you couldn't really draw anything.
There wasn't anything to draw. The best I can do is draw Potted Desires and potentially get 2 playable cards. You know, if he didn't want to activate, if he wanted to protect himself from the set. So we're going to game 2. My Paleo side includes 3 Epsilon and double Ash Blossom. Side out just the 5. Oh no, I sided out the 5 Lightsworn monsters, but I also sided in 2 Breakthrough Skills and Foolish Burial Goods. Because Foolish Burial Goods puts Breakthrough Skill in the graveyard, and Breakthrough Skill is actually really good against Totally Awesome from the graveyard.
So he sets 4. What do you think that's this card in his hand? What card would that be?
I know he plays Kaiju, so it's possible it's Gamma Seal.
Oh, okay.
It could also be any Paleozoic trap card, because he might want to keep his Dynamiscus live to banish a face-up card. I didn't really realize for a long time that Dynamiscus only banishes face-up cards.
You didn't know that?
For some reason I always thought it was banish any card, which is really crazy. Ooh, that's really a problem.
Imperial Order? Nice.
Yeah, Psy-Frame Epsilon comes in. I totally forgot that that's how that interaction went down, but that's pretty good. Especially since Goldsark is searching grass, so that means in 2 turns I would have a dead grass if Imperial Order stayed on the board. And I shotgun the Twin Twister, just to get the Breakthrough Skill in the graveyard and kill some traps. Like, I didn't see this interaction going this way, but it all worked out, I guess. The only way this could have gone better is if I did not target the Imperial Order with the Twin Twister. I would have gotten an extra card, but
So you have the best card in the game right now? Driver on the field?
Oh yeah, he's the best normal monster in the game. Better than Dark Magician. Better than Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, when you could just special summon him off of a Psy-Frame, one of those gears effects, yeah. It's the best one.
So he has 2 traps left, so he could potentially flip my monsters and summon monsters.
So he flips down one of your monsters, nice.
Well, by flipping that face down, it won't get banished. I'm not sure if that's actually correct. It might be an error with YGO Pro Percy. It might be correct. Usually when you flip a monster face down, any lingering effect on it kind of goes away. Like Masterpiece, if he was tribute summoned using certain cards, he didn't know what he was tribute summoned for anymore.
Okay.
He elected not to revive his Canadia when he activated it, because he didn't want to just get killed by Psy-Frame Driver. He's on a clock, because Goldsark is searching grass, so he has like 2 turns to make Toad, or to draw into Ash Blossom.
Nice flip summon, I like that.
Oh yeah, flip summon of a Psy-Frame Monster. That card cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special
It's
summoned
pretty
by a
big
card
on
effect.
stats.
Oh yeah, Epsilon is the strongest Psy-Frame gear, but it's so rare you play it because in most formats, Psy-Frames haven't been able to resolve Epsilon because they're always battle traps or counter traps. And if you're getting hit by a battle trap, you have monsters on the field, so you can't actually resolve one. And if it's a counter trap, you can't respond to it. So
He Raigekis. Well, I gotta agree with that play, to be honest.
Well, he's Raigekiing, so he has something to target with his Orlanoids. That's not his other trap card. He seems to want to protect it. So that's actually a better play than it looks like.
No, for sure. I was just trying to say that Epsilon, it's pretty big. He was holding up the Dewfrog in hand. Nice.
Yeah, so if he makes Toad, that makes it really hard to resolve Grass. And he has Toad.
Nice.
And now comes for the fun part. The part that no one sees coming. Take a guess?
Raigeki? Oh, Beta.
Yeah. He expected to get 2 next turn with something to tribute for his Toad, but instead he has to get it killed here. Setting Beta wasn't really productive for him, but he could have. And the only frog he has is a Duke Frog, so not the best.
So now the real fun starts, right?
Well, it's time to play Grass and just see if we can put up 4,000 damage. I do think I forgot how much damage he was at, even though it's clearly listed on the screen. If you play real life, you kind of keep like a mental note. Although you should always write it down. So that Grass wasn't that great, but I also had Desires.
Nice.
That's fair, right?
Of course.
I actually had Desires all game. I was holding it because I didn't want to, make my Grass weak. Sometimes you Gold Sark into Necroface to try and reload the deck before you play the Grass, so there's some goofy things you have to do to make it work out. I think there was a little bit of chatter here between us, which is why it's taking a little while. I wasn't just stalling the game.
So you have game here? So I saw that there was a snowing grave?
Fairly certain there was a snow.
Yeah, there was a snowing grave. Can you put out 4k damage?
I mean, it would be odd if I couldn't, but he does have a back row. I mean, I could just go into a Tornado Dragon and destroy it. To try and go through first, but he could always summon a blocker.
Oh.
Torrential is one of those traps where you can't respond with one of your traps in the graveyard, or they'll just die and get banished. So now that I know exactly what I have to worry about, which is nothing, because he just has a Duke Frog in hand, all I gotta do is put out the damage and go for game. And I think I normal summon that Solitaire, right?
Yeah, you normal the Solitaire.
Okay. Burial is here, and Burial is broken. And there is a 2500 beater. Best normal monster in Yu-Gi-Oh!
It is, I gotta agree.
Found in every deck.
Who wouldn't play that card?
Hi, Ben.
Hi, we're in the middle of recording.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Alright, so we have Uni Zombie, and... Okay, there's the last set of damage.
Okay, 25, 13, and 500, I like it.
Yeah, I actually actively did not expose other things in my deck. Like, I was going to go into Red Dragon Abyss and do some other stuff, but I didn't want to expose it this game since I put out the damage anyway, and I had full awareness of these cards.
Okay.
Yeah, but there were other things that could have been done here. Like, I could have gone to Crystal Wing to ensure, hand traps don't go off, but it just wasn't worth it here. Or made an effort to, prevent an even match or something. But, when you know what's going on, you can be a little more careful about what you do.
So for deciding for Game 3, what did you decide?
I made no changes.
You made no changes?
Yeah, I'm going second in all games.
Okay.
This deck blind second. It goes second even when you're playing a deck that can just turn one broken board, because it does play more hand traps than most decks do.
Okay. He hit you with the anti-skull like that.
Yeah, he actually said that he bricked hard here, but my hand is kind of a stally, grindy type of hand anyway. so it kind of doesn't really feel that way. And Anti-Spell is one of those funny cards, like, if it doesn't really stop you, it puts you in a position where you actually want your opponent to be locked up behind it, but sometimes you have too many spells and you want to get it off the field. Like, normally I'd be making Omega here, but I'm pretty sure I had several spells in my hand, and in order to resolve them I actually have to destroy the anti-spell, so that's what the Tornado Dragon's for.
Nice.
There goes that. And I cannot attack, and there's no real reason or desire to want to attack. Because, you know, it's probably just Duke Frog, and killing Duke Frog on my turn is really bad.
So gold into the grass, I like that.
Yeah, Gold Sark into grass is always a nice play when you feel like you can play the defense. Now here I make an error.
Pretty good plays you're making there, buddy.
I really should have just tornadoed that back row because his whole deck are traps. I mean, I thought I could just get one in the end phase, or if he activated the set card, I can play another one. I didn't put him on an Gamma Seal.
What's
As you can see, this is his brick. He had two Gamma Seal and double.
Oh, he had two
double Roman Totem. And I make an excellent play of breakthrough scaling a Roman Totem.
Well, that was pretty good. I guess you just wanted Engrave to negate.
Yeah, you can't negate Toad on field because he'll just negate breakthrough skill.
Yeah.
He'll set the breakthrough skill, which gives him a trap to activate his monsters, and he'll still resolve the effect to summon with Toad. So you have to breakthrough skill either. If you breakthrough skill in his standby phase or draw phase, it just goes to his field. And if you get to his standby, he'll summon a monster. So you just want it in the graveyard, so you can't negate it. Totally Awesome only negates the activation of spells, traps, and monsters effects. It doesn't negate the effect of a trap card. So an already face-up trap or a graveyard trap can get by Totally Awesome.
I'm guessing you can't get over Gamma Seal?
He can crash with Gamma Seal. I'm not sure if it's a wise move.
Is that what he does?
Looks like it. He'd probably just add the Gamma Seal back to hand. But, I mean, because if he wasn't going to do the trade, I was going to do the trade, so he's at least making the decision.
Or I guess he actually did break.
Just Roman Totem. I mean, that means if he draws into Swap Frog, he can get Toad out that way.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got Reborn.
Monster Reborn.
Okay, so he managed to maintain his Toad anyway, although he did give up the opportunity to summon the deck. But I guess he knew that wouldn't resolve anyway. But at the same time, this now means I don't have to break through skill immediately. Because I would have broke through specifically to stop the summon from the deck.
Yeah.
But now it depends on whether I want to make a play now or if I want to make a play later. And since I doubt he can kill me...
What do you have in hand?
I don't recall. But I doubt that he can kill me, and if he can't kill me, there's no reason for me to make a play until I get grass in my hand, which is, I guess, what I decided.
Okay.
So, like, the worst thing that can happen for me now is that he draws Swap Frog, and then makes two Toads. But considering more of the deck are traps than anything else, it's probably just a trap card. Or an Ash Blossom. He could have an Ash Blossom as well. He's actually playing this game really well, considering his hand is all bricked. One of my more recent live tournaments, a bigger box tournament, I actually had to play against 60-card Paleozoic, playing this deck. I'm like, why is there another 60-card deck in this tournament? Like, I've loved since Grass has gone to 1. It means you don't play the mirror match all the time.
That's funny.
Yeah, 60-card mirrors are terrible. Unless your deck plays really well as a 40-card deck, and the decks I've been playing are really good 40-card decks.
So this is where you go crazy, right?
Yeah.
Nice. I dig this. Yeah, 6 card in his hand, grass, and you're about to go nuts.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering why I did this. Like, it feels a little odd. Because I get breakthrough skill. I guess this is my way of saving the breakthrough skill. Oh, shit. That is a massive deal.
Forget what I said.
I'm like trying to think of where I'm going with this. I get to resolve.
I'm guessing you're going to Italy into Ghost Order?
I mean, it depends on what I have in my hand. If I have a level 4 monster, it's probably Ghost Ogre. It could also be into Gamma or Beta. Beta is also an option, so that's part of the benefit of this deck, that you notice the teleport. Oh, I bricks. I forgot. That explains a lot.
The best normal monster in the game, dude. So I can't complain.
Tribute Summon Skull. This is like back in the day, old school Yu-Gi-Oh! You can't negate that. But yeah, it looks like grass is stuck in my hand for most of this game. Okay, he can tribute my driver for Gamma Seal. Big improvement. But I am getting to inflict extra 700 damage every turn during both players' turns.
Yeah.
So he has Ronin Totem. He's got Ronin Totem, and he's got Gamma Seal in hand. So nothing that can really like do anything, but back row can always be a big deal. As long as I have driver on field, I can't play evenly matched if I draw it. I can't play my spells because of Imperial Order, so most of my deck are spell cards.
Normal, the snow, nice.
Yeah, I think he might have Torrential. I don't really remember. I just feel like I didn't get to put him to damage here. I recall it taking a while for him to get withered down. I guess not. I mean, I thought it would be cool if he's storming me. It would give me my driver back. And driver is sometimes helpful. Sometimes you need to like clear your extra zone by tribute summoning into it. Yeah, playing some defense. And by waiting for me to attack, he's preventing me from changing my battle position, because you cannot change the battle position of a monster the turn you attack, or the turn the monster is summoned. Some people definitely shotgun these card effects early and don't allow their opponent to declare an attack verbally. You gotta make sure you do that when you play live Yu-Gi-Oh! Or online Yu-Gi-Oh! Same thing. So he still has Gamma Steel and Ronin Totem, and he has an X card. That X card could be anything, could be Ash Blossom, which would be useful if the Imperial Order ends. I don't really have an out for Imperial Order at this point, because I already used my Tornado Dragon, which is my extra deck out. I don't have access to... what was the other card? My Twin Twisters are all dead. I didn't put in... what's that card that pops? It's a hand trap. Typhoon. It's a trap card that says you can destroy a face-up spell trap if your opponent controls 2 cards. It used to be in my side deck. Because
you took it out?
Yeah, it didn't make it into this list.
Alright, I dig the level 3 normal summon of Ash.
Yeah, and he predicts that I must be doing the obvious play. The obvious play being Synchro Summoning with my Ash Blossom.
Okay.
Now I have to worry that this is Ronin Totem. I mean, not Ronin Totem, Big Frog.
Yeah.
Which of course it is Big Frog. Which is a terrible time to have given up your Ash Blossom.
That's true.
But at least I put in some more damage, keeps him low. Sometimes you win games just because your opponent has to play differently because their life is low, so putting in damage is sometimes the right play. But, again, the game only ends when you run out of life points, so even if you have 1 life point, you can still, like, win a game. So, you can't let it stop you completely, unless...
Does he die off of Imperial Order?
He can't die off Imperial Order. Imperial Order, you have to have exactly 700 life points to die off of.
Alright. Swap Frog. Sweet.
But keep in mind, if he doesn't have enough life points to pay, next turn I'll be able to play spells, because Imperial Order destroys.
Yeah, you get to use your grass.
I mean, it'll be an option of a card to play, but at the same time, he'll have Toad from the looks of it. So Toad will prevent me from playing grass. But at the same... Also, he can't, at the moment, get over Psy-Frame Driver. with any of his monsters. Psy-Frame Driver is just too big for Totally Awesome, so he'll have to make Mrs. Radiant somehow. Pretty sure he has access to 2 running tokens, so he should be able to make
the Link
Miss Starboy. I think I called it Mrs. Radiant by accident, but yeah, Miss Starboy. He can make Miss Starboy and then summon 2 more running tokens and make Toad and have a 2700. Totally awesome, which would get him over. Driver.
You don't play the field spell anymore?
Field spell. I mean, I played it at 1 for a long time, and the only time I would get it is if I searched it. But I really don't play enough Psy-Frame in the deck to justify that. I play 5, you know?
Okay.
Which almost means I'm playing the trap card kind of in an unjustifiable manner, but you can actually put a Psy-Frame card on the board whenever you want to use the trap card, because you can always make Zeta and you can make Omega, and those are Psy-Frames as well. People forget that. Now, it's to my benefit for him to use Miss Starboy to kill Fairy Tale Snow, but clearly that didn't happen.
You kill the snow?
Nope. He decided to attack into Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, which did more damage.
Yeah, he wants more damage on.
Well, I'd assume he'd do it more to prevent me from having a response card.
Or Black Rose?
Well, I mean...
Well...
He doesn't want me to just summon Snow and flip something over. That's more problematic. I think I've managed to save my breakthrough skill, right?
Yeah, you have.
So, that's where this is coming in. So now, he can't negate anything, he's not getting to summon anything. So I'm pretty set here, so now pre-order's gone. So unless he top deck Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, this grass is going off. It only sat in my hand off of Gold Sark for like 10 turns, and I top decked an Ash Blossom, so now I can do the play I intended to do earlier.
Alright.
Let's go Black Rose Dragon, destroy everything. Best synchro monster in the game. Yeah, but Fairy Tale Snow says no. Any targeting effect will not resolve if the target leaves the field, so Fairy Tale Snow banish Black Rose's cost. Just to summon itself so it can die to Black Rose.
That's funny. That was actually a pretty good play.
Yeah, but I don't actually have enough material to summon Snow again, or do I? I have 5 engraved, 3 in hand. I guess I have exactly enough cards to summon Snow and just attack for game.
Wouldn't you just want a grass?
Huh? Oh yeah,
or you can Snow either way, it don't matter. I think you got game.
Yeah, I've got game here. Although I think I also have Gamma in hand, I think I just negate one of these 2 cards. So he used his 3rd Toad, so he was using one of his Toads to put 1 Toad back, and the Miss Starboy to pick up a Water Monster. So, yeah, I win this game here, but it was an excellent match. I don't know. When you know what your opponent has, then you don't spend time making cards just to negate things for no reason. So yeah, we'll be back with round 4 of the Yuginono tournaments. I'm under the impression I'll be playing the person who played you in round 1, so because I think he's the only other 3-0 at the moment. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for checking us out.